our speed. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Kimbrew podcast. The Kimbrew, we have got Boxcast going on right here. Just make sure my iPad is cooperating. Sometimes it doesn't want to, and we got, hey, what's happening? We got OG Rev just joined us on the Instagram, so we got the Instagram thing going, we got the Boxcast thing going, and we've got the PNN Pod Brother Nation thing all going at the same time. So this is cool. So welcome to the Kimbrew Show. Hello everybody out there in Instagram land and everybody out there in Boxcast land, and welcome Pod Brother Nation. I am the Pod Brother, and we are at 818 here in Canoga Park, and man, I love this brewery. This brewery is cool as hell. Oh, here, let me give you a microphone. Ray, you can be offline, but we can still hear from you if we need to. So I might need to go to you for a question or whatever. You got enough cable? Got enough cable there? Yeah, just untangle your cable. So behind the cameras, we got Herb Morris. Herb, how you doing?
Well, so far so good. It's it's just nice to be here.
It is nice to be here. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be alive. It is nice to be in a brewery where they have a nice cold Kimbrew waiting for you. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Kimbrew of the month is for August, it's a big bag of hops. That's the Kimbrew of August. It is really good. Okay, so for you guys over here, big bag of hops. Gonna put it out there for the PNN folks, Pod Brother Nation. So basically what we do is we come down here to the brewery every week, every Wednesday. How you doing? Thanks for chiming in. And we line up some beers to taste so that we can figure out which beer is going to be the Kimbrew of the month. Now, you're wondering, how did we come up with Kimbrew? Well, my last name is Kimbrew, so come on. How can you not name a beer after your own name? Right, Ray?
Absolutely.
Ray is shy. He's going to be limited to like 1 or 2 words for the whole show, just so you know.
Maybe less.
But I love this beer. It's a little bit citrusy. It doesn't have a strong aftertaste. And it's hoppy, which is why they named it a big bag of hops, because you can taste, kind of the rich hoppy beer flavor in it. It's really good. It's got a great aroma. So for the month of August, this beer is really good. I mean, they have a ton of beers out there. They probably have about 20 taps along the wall, and they got this whole menu that you can pick the beer that you want, and they switch some of the beers out periodically. I think some of the beers are seasonal, and some of the beers are basically kind of their year-round go-tos. They're kind of like their favorite flavors. I think the big bag of hops is a year-long. Herb, do you think, is this a seasonal beer, or is this I think anything that they put into a can, I think, is a long-term beer.
I think so too. It's an IPA, so it'll keep, and they can can it.
Yeah. So I think this is pretty much a year-round beer. So if you come in to the 818 at any point and you want to go with a beer that is on tap year-round, you're not going to go wrong with the IPA Big Bag of Hops August Kimbrew of the month. Man, that's good. Wow. For those of you who are beer drinkers. So they have a lot of cool things happening here, just so you know. I want to get into a couple things today before we get too distracted with all this beer drinking, and I kind of get loopy, because Herb, the more drink I get, the more loopy I get toward the end of the show, man. I could get tore up from the flow up if I'm not careful.
Well, just be careful. The floor is concrete.
It's nothing worse than getting tore up from the floor up from a concrete floor, according to Herb. I think I've been on a concrete floor tore up. I don't know. It seems to be something that could possibly happen. I think they put a concrete floor here in the brewery for a reason, because a lot of beer joints have the carpet after about 6 months. It's got that beer matted, gummy, like gnarly nastiness to it. Yeah. Have you been to those bars, Herb, where you see like the carpet has been there forever, and there's probably been 8,000 gallons of beer been spilt on that floor, and it just has a certain, just kind of a stale, old.
In the distant past.
Long time ago.
Yes.
Back when you were a Ute, when you were a youngster.
Yes.
So we have. So what did I want to? I wanted to go over a couple of things that's happening here before we get too crazy. Number one, if you come in and you drop the promo code Kimbrew, you will get 10% off of any beer that you pick on the tap. So even though we pick a Kimbrew of the month, I think I have to take a drink every time I say Kimbrew. Because that really is good. So you come in and you say, hey, I want to get, like a beer of my choice, and I heard that if I say the promo code Kimbrew, I get 10% off, and they'll be like, that is true. So for those of you who want to do that, they also have a dart league in here on Wednesday. So immediately after the podcast, you're going to see people kind of flowing in with their darts. And these guys are good. These guys are good. I mean, I stood next to the dartboard and I kind of challenged them to hit the bullseye every time, and they actually did. I was very, very impressed. You ever play darts, Ray?
Many years ago, usually wasn't hung, it was usually on my couch. So, we couldn't afford nails, so.
So you played darts on the couch. Did you throw them at each other, or did you at least have a dartboard, or?
Yeah, I did actually ruin a vinyl album by a missed shot, so.
Darts on a vinyl album must have been a really bad album. I don't think you want to dart up something that you really enjoy playing. What was the album?
I don't remember. It was a complete accident, so it was not like I didn't like the album. It was just, careless, mischievous kid stuff.
He was toe up from the flow up. That explains that. So they have a dart league here. These guys are really good. I'm not sure how long the dart league goes, and I just found out as of today they've got a bowling league going, Corbin Craft Beer League, and I'm not even sure where the bowling alley is, but you put a team together of 4 bowlers, and this is the sign-up form for it. I don't know if you can see it. See. So you guys over here in Boxcast land can see. So I used to bowl when I was a young, in the Midwest, bowling was one of those great first date things. Does anybody out here bowl? We got any bowlers out there in Instagram world or Boxcast world? We used to do a thing called Scotch doubles. It was a great first day activity in the Midwest. Are you a bowler, Herb?
I did years ago, and I was mediocre.
You're mediocre?
Yeah.
Did you throw some strikes every once in a while?
Yes.
Did you strike out with the ladies?
Kind of, yeah.
So Scotch doubles, for those of you who are probably wondering, is basically it's a guy girl. You have a team, a couple, and the guy gets the first ball, and then the girl gets the second ball, and the guy gets the third ball, and the girls get the fourth ball. So basically, Scotch doubles is you're rolling every other ball. So if I roll the first ball and I leave 4 pins up, then my date has to then roll the second ball to try to pick up the split in the spare or whatever. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. Now, they made it a little bit more interesting because what they did, everybody put in kind of like a pool of, I don't know, $25, $30 or whatever. And then they had these colored pins. And they had a red one, a green one, and a blue one. And depending on how they dropped in randomly when the pin gatherer or the pin collector, what's that called, Herb? That thing at the end of the aisle that grabs all the pins and picks them up and replaces them. Is there a name for that thing?
I think that's called a pin setter.
A pin setter. So the pin setter basically would scoop up these pins and then randomly would drop the colored pins in certain areas. And now if a colored pin randomly happens to be the head pin, the one pin, if it dropped in there, if you got a strike on that setup, then you could win some of the money that was in the kitty. So you could literally have your date paid for if you rolled a strike on a color. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the green pin was like $100. I think the red pin was like $75, and the green pin was like $50. So it made it very, very, very interesting. So we played against each other. It's kind of a cool date thing. And, who doesn't want to see their first date under some hot lights at a bowling alley? Although the bowling alleys now, the lights aren't so hot. They've got to turn the lights down. It looks more like a disco. Have you been to the Lucky Strike, Herb?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty cool. Basically, if you take a bowling alley and put it in the middle of a nightclub, so the lights are down, it's dark, they have colored lights on the wall, they've got like fluorescent tape on the pins, and the bowling balls glow in the night in the dark, and they've got, it's pretty cool. It's more of a nightclubby kind of activity than it is like serious bowling. Like, most of the people are pretty tuned up, and they're really not trying to bowl strikes. It's not that serious, but it's a whole lot of fun. We should go there, do a podcast sometime.
Sounds like an idea.
Yeah, Lucky Strike, like Lucky Strike late night podcast kind of thing with the Pod Brother, with the fluorescent balls. My balls have a tendency to be fluorescent now and again. I know, that's where the laughter was supposed to come in, right there. See that dead air? See how that worked? You drop a line and it's just dead air, just dead. Dead.
We don't have a studio audience.
We don't have a studio audience. See, if we had a studio audience, they would have laughed at that. But we don't. It's just me, you, and the 2 people that are on Instagram and the 1 person that's on Boxcast, and then you and I. So
we could do the Soupy Sales thing where he had these lit up signs, and one would flash applause and the other one would flash laughter.
We could do that. I think that, the next podcast we'll have cue cards where we can flash the audience to cue. We got to get us an audience in here first. I haven't really been due diligent in trying to fill the place, but give me some time, Herb. In time, I will fill this place. I'll pack this place out. Actually, E from Heartbeat was supposed to come down here. He's a writer on LOL, and he was going to come down and chop it up with me, but I think they've got him working overtime at the studio, so he wasn't able to break out. But we're going to get him on here one of these weeks. Adam Groutman was supposed to be here this week, but he couldn't make it because the kids started school this week. So, everybody who had their kid routine at home really got kind of turned upside down once the kids went back to school. So he's got his son that he's taking care of in school today, and I'm sure he's glad to get them back in school. For all you parents out there who's been working with your kids, I take my hat off to you, because that's, like, I'm sure there's a hair-pulling experience. We love our kids, but sometimes they get on our last nerves. So What's going on? Here's what I wanted to get into. Outdoor drive-in movie theaters. All right, so for some of us who are long in the tooth, we grew up with outdoor drive-ins, and you want to talk about great dates. It was fun. You know, you pack all your friends into the car, you pay for the 2 people, and you got like 8 people in the back of a Fury 3 in the trunk. Because the Fury 3 trunks were huge. You remember those, Herb?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything before, say, 1980 or so had a huge trunk.
Huge trunk. Well, the 1967 Fury 3 had a humongous trunk. We could get 9 people in the back laying flat, and it was 6 feet. It was 6 feet across, so people could literally lay flat and stretched out like logs. So we're packed in there on top of each other like logs, and then, you know, you get in, you pop the trunk, everybody pops out. You know, it's crazy. But we had those real shitty little cast iron metal speakers with the tiny little volume thing on it, and it was so scratchy. You remember those, Herb?
Yeah, I do. It's you know, the car that we were going in was
Speaking to that mic a little bit more. There you go.
46 Studebaker. It was a kind of a narrow car, but it had a long trunk. You just needed everybody to be 5 feet or less.
Right. But those speakers were like, they were pretty shitty, but we thought it was still cool. I mean, we could hear enough to make out what was happening in the movie. I mean, it wasn't like it was, you know, hi-fi stereo or anything. And so it was a pretty amazing experience. You had the concessions and the popcorn and the hot dogs and the pizzas and all that fun stuff, the candy. And so the pandemic has kind of, you know, resurrected that whole drive-in movie theater culture, which I've been involved in selling these things and doing events where people will rent them or they'll buy them, and they'll hire me to help them put them up or teach their crew how to blow them up and take them down. So I've been in this for a minute, and decided to partner up with a couple investors and get my hands actually on a complete outdoor inflatable drive-in movie theater package, and it is awesome. We got the generators, we got the 10,000 lumen projector, 4K, we've got the 9,000 Predator generator, which we can run all of our sound, we can run our projector, we can run all of our blowers. It's a pretty neat setup. We still have to get a lot of FM radios, because some of the newer cars, for those of you who haven't been to an outdoor drive-in movie theater and are looking to go to one, there could be a possibility that your radio may not dial into the exact frequency of the FM transmitter that is at that drive-in theater, because the frequencies are in between the radio dials. So if you have a radio station at 89.2 and you have another radio station at 92.1, and right in the middle there is 90.0, if that's the frequency that the drive-in movie theater is on, your radio may not stop in your car in the middle of that, or you might barely hear like scratchy fuzzy, because for whatever reason sometimes the car dials are digital and they don't allow you to kind of scrub into these FM frequencies where you can get that nice clean signal. And so then that's when you have to have a transistor radio, an FM transistor radio, because then with the earbuds, now you're pulling in perfect stereo sound, and you don't have to worry about it really coming through your car. You got like pure stereo sound right in your ears, right in your ear holes, and that's cool. So that's what basically kind of I'm into now, and we're pretty excited about it. We launched the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festival. So we've actually done a couple already, and we've got a few more scheduled. The idea is to have either our own festivals that we're doing, or we're partnering with other festivals to show their selections on our system. And we also want to do festivals who actually are not in the LA area, and they have, maybe they've done their festival, they've already done the selections and the nominations and the awards, but they're looking for like an encore screening in the LA area of the best of and all the winners. That's something that we are looking to do as well. So if you're a film festival out there and you are somewhere in the world and you want to have visibility in Southern California and you want to have your film screened for industry people here and also the consumer base that are into outdoor movie theaters, then reach out to me and we can see if we can get that taken care of. We can get your film screened at our outdoor movie theaters, which would be super cool for you, super cool for me. And got a poor connection here, so I got to keep my eye on all these devices because like got the batteries low on this one. Let's see how much battery life we got there. Cannot tell. I know this battery life is low, which is why I actually put the cable on it. So we got that. So what's coming up? I'm glad you asked that, Herb. Because I could tell you exactly what's coming up. Yeah. Like right around the corner, one of my favorite things to watch is animation. So we have a outdoor drive-in animation festival. This is called the Cosplayoffs Drive-In Film Fest. I know, you're saying, like, what's Cosplayoffs? Well, for those of you who know what cosplay is, you know what cosplay is, Ray?
Yeah, you show up in costumes and you're as your favorite character and depends on how extreme you want to get.
That's exactly it. I think you're a closet cosplay dude, man. Do you cosplay at all?
I plead the fifth.
Ah, so that means he does. Okay. Yeah, I've been Superman. Back in the day. I think I spent the whole 90s in New York as Black Superman, and now there's actually going to be a Black Superman for real. So I think I was ahead of the times there, Ray, because I was Black Superman for a long time. And so cosplay it's kind of like when you go to Comic-Con and you see like all these folks showing up in all the different costumes and the different heroes and the characters that's in all the comic books and the animated films and series and stuff. Well, that's what basically this weekend is about. It's about getting in cosplay. We're going to have a costume contest, and we're going to give the winner of the contest a little bit of scratch. Nothing, no big deal, just something kind of symbolic. And then we're going to have a panel of actual storyboarders and directors of some serious animated projects. So the film that we're screening is an animated Batman film. It did really, really well in the theaters. It's called Under the Red Hood, and very dramatic, very a serious movie. Like the hardcore Batman fans just love it because it's just, I'm not going to give too much of it away, but there's basically a person who's just as badass as Batman who's in his shadows. So if you guys know Batman, Batman is the man who's in everybody else's shadows, and all of a sudden somebody's in his shadow. So it's like, damn, So he gets confronted and the whole thing goes down. So it's a pretty cool thing. So we're going to screen that film. And we're going to have the storyboarder from that film is going to do Q&A before we start the film. And we also have some storyboarders and some directors coordinated by Dave Kalistic from Insomniac Games. Are you a video game dude, Ray? You play games?
Great nod. Herb and I were talking about that on the drive over here. He's much more experienced in video games than I am, actually.
Yeah. What games you play, Herb?
Mostly things from a very long time ago, and on computer. I've done like Diablo and Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction and Torchlight, and the last thing I did was Goat Simulator.
What?
That one was on my phone.
That sounds like that could be a lot of fun.
Well, you basically run all over town as a naughty goat, trashing everything and causing as much destruction as you possibly can.
That sounds like a naughty goat to me. Well, I mean that's pretty exciting because Insomniac Games, they're the ones that have the rights to the Batman game. So Dave Kalistic is the storyboard director who is storyboarding all the cinematics for the game. So you're watching the game, and before you actually get into play, there's like this cinematic video that kind of gets the story started, and then it drops you off into the story, and then you start playing the game. Well, the guys who create that are very talented storyboard artists, animators, directors, and so they get to make those. So we're going to have those guys, the Insomniac game cinematic storyboarders, are going to be at our event before we screen the film, and we get to ask them some questions. So I'm pumped. I'm super excited. You have any questions for our panel, Herb? Like if you had the storyboard artist of the Batman video game in front of you, which we will on September 5th at the Cause Playoffs Drive-In Film Fest, what would you ask? What would your question be?
I would ask, what direction is the game going to be in? Is it going to be like RPG? Is it going to be strategy? Is it going to be a full-on action game? What are you going to do?
That's a good question. Ray, would you have any questions for these guys? Like if the storyboarder director for the Insomniac video game of Batman was sitting in front of you, what questions would you ask them about the cinematics?
Would Catwoman be involved?
We all love Catwoman. What is it with Catwoman? Everybody loves Catwoman. Did you watch the series Gotham on Netflix? Do you have Netflix, Herb?
I got Netflix, but I haven't seen Gotham.
Gotham is really good. It's all the pre-stories leading up to it. It basically invents all the characters in Gotham. That the series invents all of them, and it takes them all the way up to the beginning of the comic book, like Batman. So imagine, like 6 seasons. Like this thing, it's a lot. I mean, you're going to be binging for weeks. I thought I could kind of go through them all, but it took me, I think, about 4 weeks to watch every episode because there's a lot of seasons, and they have extra episodes in season. They also have a few episodes that is narrated as a table read, which I thought was really cool. So if you're really into script writing and you want to hear what it sounds like in between the dialogue, which is actually what would be on the script, I think they start doing that about season 3, halfway into season 3. So it's pretty cool. So Catwoman. That's what you'd be like, is Catwoman in the mix? Because if she's not, man, forget the game. I ain't even trying to play this game. This game's stupid.
And if they do Catwoman, we want an Eartha Kitt sort of Catwoman.
Oh, Eartha Kitt. She was an awesome Catwoman. She was amazing. I remember her. She was very like soulful 60s. I'm hotter than shit, sexier than shit, and I am like.
And give her noticeable claws.
Yeah, she was awesome. Eartha Kitt. That was who played Batman in that series? That was
Adam West.
Adam West. Yes, that's it. So I'm tip my tongue, but these hops is kicking in, and none of this stuff is scripted. Hey, what's up, Instagram? I see a couple of people here I can wave at. Welcome to the Kimbrew podcast, which is where we are here at the 818 BAM, where we get to drink beer. We get to choose a beer to be the Kimbrew of the month, and then we get to come back and drink beer and talk about comic books, video games, and Catwoman in super tight, shiny clothes. Because that's what we do. We look at Catwoman in shiny clothes. So welcome to the Kimbrew podcast, where we drink beers and we talk smack. So that's what's happening on the 5th. Let me just recap that for you guys who do not know. In Boxcast land, Pod by the Nation, and Instagram. September 3rd, which is a Friday, we're going to kick off screening some short animated films that we are doing a call for films as we speak. So those films are coming in now. We are looking at them as they come in. We're going to screen those on Friday, September 3rd. September 4th is the Herb Morris Drive-In fundraiser. We're going to screen more animated films that we pick through the call for films, and then Herb gets to take a few proceeds from that event and give it to whatever charity he wants. I know he has a crush on Stephanie Haddish, so chances are he's probably going to throw some money her way. I don't know. Rumor has it.
Tiffany Haddish.
See? Tiffany Haddish. That's how much of a fan he is. He doesn't even let the name slip go by. I was just checking him to see if he would catch that. So that's on Saturday. And then Sunday is the big closer extravaganza with the Cos Playoff Costume Contest, the industry panel hosted by Dave Kalistic with special guests from Insomniac Games and from our featured film, which is Batman Under the Red Hood. We're going to have some behind-the-scenes artists and directors and storyboarders who are going to give us some insight on what goes on behind the scenes. So Sunday, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to the entire weekend. So it should be a lot of fun. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. And I suggest that you be there. The parking lot that is the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festival base camp home is the Scottish Rite in Long Beach, California. It's a beautiful, brand new blacktop parking lot, which we can pretty much host about 350 cars, right, Herb?
I think that's about it. It would be in two directions, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're going to set it up with the screen being in a diagonal in the corner, and then that way we can take advantage of all of the space going all the way back to the back corner. So we're going to get creative on the spacing with that bad boy. So I'm really looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. And we've got some merchandise on order, so keep your eyes and ears open for the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festival merchandise. I'll send you links. I'll do notices. I'll do tags and let you guys know where you can get those, which should be a lot of fun. And it's being one more way that you can support us so that we can keep bringing you outdoor movie theater events. The other thing, Herb, is there anything else? Yes, I almost forgot. The following weekend is the Georgesian Film Fest. And that is produced by Maria Georgesian, who is a producer, filmmaker extravaganza. And she's producing her own film festival, which is very, very exciting. She's doing a call for films right now. These are all shorts. So her program is a short program because it's one day and it's on her birthday. She was born September 10th. And she's doing a birthday film festival, outdoor drive-in movie theater film festival. How cool is that? I did one on my birthday, Herb. You remember that, right? The April 5th?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's the International Day of Comedy, which was proclamated by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So, my phone just died. So we just lost Instagram, but we still got the Boxcast. So, yeah, man, I'm kind of excited about that. You know, September 10th, the Georgesian Film Fest, and she's got. I've seen actually some of the films that have submitted for her film festival, and it's pretty damn cool. Some of those shorts, basically, each year she's going to have a different theme. But for this year, since it's her first one and it's her birthday, she's going to like do a call for multiple genres that makes her event themeless, so that anybody can submit a film that they want to submit. So, you have any films you want to submit, Herb?
I have nothing of my own.
Nothing of your own?
Yeah.
Okay. Ray, you got any films you want to submit? You got nothing on your own either?
No, not yet, unless I can just find a film and put my name on it or something like that.
What you need to find you some filmmakers and see if they can put their films in it, and then you can go hang with them.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Well, I actually have a film that I did sound on that I could probably submit, which I think would be cool. I'm not sure I'm eligible to win any awards because I'm co-producing the event, so maybe I'm not eligible, but that's okay. To see the work up on the big screen, I think would be awesome. So, win some, you lose some. And then the film festival that I am most excited about is my October Pod Zombie Palooza Film Festival, which basically is a call for all zombie films. Are you down with zombie, Herb? What's your favorite zombie film?
I haven't seen a lot of them, but the best one I saw was called The Night of the Living Dead.
That is world famous. That's the go-to zombie film of all zombie films. I actually want to screen that as a special guest screen, just to kind of get people in the mood for like something nostalgic zombie. Because we're doing a call for zombie films, zombie shorts, zombie documentaries, music videos, anything that has a zombie theme in it is what we're calling for this film fest. You have a favorite zombie film, Ray?
I don't. I tend more towards vampire films, but
Okay.
yeah, but
That's a good idea, Herb. We should do a vampire theme weekend for the drive-in. What do you think?
I haven't seen a whole lot of those, but I kind of have a favorite of what I've seen. It's called A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Oh, that's that Iranian film that was like banned in Iran.
Yeah. Made in Bakersfield and Taft, California.
How long ago was that? What was that film about? Tell us what that film was about.
Oh, it's a bad neighborhood somewhere in Iran, and there's a vampire. And imagine a vampire that looks rather like Disney's Snow White, just trundling through town in the dark of night on her little skateboard, her little chador blowing in the wind behind her. You see, she looks helpless and harmless, but she's peckish and she's hunting.
So she's actually the vampire preying on, like probably predator-type men who see her as bait, and they end up being the bait.
Yeah, and there's
the bait and the meal.
Yeah, there is a great big culvert along one of the roads, and that's where she throws or empties. It's full of dead bodies.
Is this like a comedy, a little bit of a dark comedy? Are there moments in there where you kind of laugh, or is the whole thing kind of meant to be horrific?
It's you have to look at it the angle of just how subversive it is, and it's got some it's got some funny moments and things like that.
Is that film in your arsenal of films that you have, your library of films?
Yes, it is.
Is that in my library? Is that one you gave me?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I have to go dig it out and see it.
It is. It's just way too good.
Well, we'll have to screen that on our vampire night. We'll have to look at a weekend we can do like a vampire theme. What would be your favorite vampire movie? Like if we could slide into that weekend, what would be?
Only Lovers Left Alive.
Only Lovers Left Alive. Is that an old nostalgic film, or is that relatively contemporary? Is that like something new?
Yeah, Jim Jarmusch. From a few years back with Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston.
Okay. Cool. What's the twist on that? What makes that something that is interesting?
It's about these two vampires who've been living for centuries. They're married, but they don't live together because they just know each other too well. They don't have to be in the same space to sort of be together. One lives in Detroit and the other lives in Tunisia, I believe. And the one in Detroit is kind of having suicidal thoughts, so he's trying to procure a wooden bullet to commit suicide. So Tilda Swinton, who lives in Tunisia, comes to be with him just to comfort him, and everything's going swimmingly until the sister shows up and sorts of turns a few people and exposes them to all sorts of danger. And it's got a lot of it's very atmospheric. It's shot entirely at night.
What's the name of it?
What's the name of it?
Yeah.
Only Lovers Left Alive.
Only Lovers Left Alive. Okay, so I have to put that on my list of vampire films to watch to see if that's something.
Followed closely by Ganja and Hess.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna have to have you on my vampire jury to like pick the films we want to do for that weekend. You down for that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Well, I'm super excited about Pod Zombie Palooza Drive-In Film Festival is my festival that I'm producing. It's the whole month of October. And so we're going to have random screenings throughout the week. We're going to have definitely scheduled screenings on the weekend. And going to have tons of podcasts interviewing a lot of zombie filmmakers, zombie actors, zombie special effects artists, and it should be a lot of fun. So I don't know, I've kind of been gacking here for a minute, and I think it's close to wrap up time. I see Herb shaking his head. Yes? Okay. So having said that, let me just kind of reset the room, as we would say on Clubhouse, and come down to the 818, grab you a Kimbrew, which is the bag of hops, and it's very, very tasty. And it's got a kick, because I'm kind of feeling a little bit of a buzz. I'm feeling kind of nice right now. I'm feeling nice, Ray.
Oh, read the percent.
The percent is, I don't have my glasses here on the table with me, but let me see if I can squint it out. The percent is too small for me to see. I cannot see it. I cannot tell. But it's up there, Herb, because I'm feeling it.
It's in double digits.
Yeah, it's definitely in double digits. Because, like, I had half a glass, and I'm feeling nice right now. So it definitely is something serious. That is very good. I like the citrusy part of it with no real aftertaste, because some of the beers are really punchy. They're like a meal, and they have they're very rich, super hoppy, and they got like an aftertaste that kind of sticks with you for a minute. This aftertaste is like a second. It's enough to make you feel like you're drinking a really good, rich, hoppy beer, but not so much where you're kind of like, for the next 10 minutes.
The citrusy thing is part of the hops.
Is it? The hops kind of automatically has a little bit of a citrus component to it?
It depends on the kind, but there are hops that do, and I think they have that kind of hops.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very good. So, all right, without any further ado, everybody, please come down and support the 818 Brewing Company. I believe the website is 818brewing.com, as in brewing beer. And see what they have. Check the menus, check some of the events. Monday nights, they've got single nights. Come down here for singles if you're single. Come down here if you're not single and you want to act single. Could be a place where you can come and have some fun or get in some trouble. Wednesday night is the dart tournament, which is going to happen here probably in a few minutes. I think they're kind of organizing outside the teams. And then we've got this bowling league that's about to fire up, which looks like that's a lot of fun. And for my Boxcast people, there's that. What do I have going? I have tippingcomedians.com, which I'm going to actually start doing some live shows. Some of them will be here. Some of them will be at the Scottish Rite on the main stage. And then we also have the Pod Brother Nation shows. We have the penalty game shows. And what else we got, Herb? I think that's pretty much it for now.
That's kind of it, but there's other stuff coming up later.
Yeah. So constantly stop by the website. And I forgot to hit record on my audio. So I did the whole show without recording it, but I've got the recording of the audio on your camera. So we at least have it there. But I completely and totally forgot to hit the record. See, that's what Big Bag of Hops will do for you. Makes you absent-minded. Makes you mindless. So real quick, since I have the recording on, let's run it all down. We've got on September 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we have the Cos Playoffs Drive-In Film Fest. On Saturday, we have the Herb Morris Drive-In Film Fundraiser. On Sunday, September 5th, we have the Cosplay Film Fest with the featured film Batman Under the Red Hood. We also have industry panel from Insomniac Video Games, and we have industry panel from behind the scenes of Batman Under the Red Hood. On the 10th, we have the Georgesian Film Festival, which is her birthday. That's a call for short film. And on the 11th, 9/11th, is the He-Man Convention in Anaheim, and we're doing a Pod Brother Black Superman He-Man podcast at the Anaheim Convention Center on 9/11. So check your calendars for that. And then randomly throughout the month of September, we're going to have some special screenings at the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festival. And then October 1st starts the Pod Zombie Palooza Drive-In Film Festival featuring all zombie content. So that should be a lot of fun. We got tippingcomedians.com. We got My Laughers Comedy Club, which, by the way, we do a stand-up comedy writing lab, and we also do a virtual comedy club, so you want to mark that down. Also, we have the PNN academy where we teach you how to do stand-up, we teach you how to make films, we teach you how to write, we teach you how to do storyboards through the Dave Callistic Storyboard Workshop. And then this weekend on the 28th, I'm sponsoring the 48-hour film project Red Carpet Screening 2010 at the LA Live Regal Cinema Theater. That should be awesome. We did several groups last weekend, and some of the films were amazing. I mean, some of the films were like really kooky and weird and, you know, not that cinematic. But most of the films were really good. And then the finals and the awards is September 12th. So I'm sponsoring the red carpet. I'm going to be doing interviews on the red carpet for the filmmakers. And so that should be a lot of fun and very interesting. And if you haven't registered your film for the Georgesian Film Fest, go to podbrothernation.com, click on the Hollywood Drive-In Film Festival acronym link, and then you'll see a drop-down menu where you can register your film for all of these drive-in film festivals. Please register your film to all of them. We would really appreciate it. And definitely register your short film for the Georgesian Film Fest, which is September 10th. And I guarantee you're going to have a good time at that one. So not all films are going to make it, but, you know, that's the chance you make for submitting. We do know that we are going to have some encore screenings, and we're going to have some extended screenings for films that didn't make the film festival that we really like, and then we're going to pick like some random weekends where we can screen some of those films simply because we like them. So even if your film doesn't get selected for the film festival, you know, we still will be open to screening it, do special screenings of it for, you know, other nights. So, yes. I haven't said that. You can catch me at podbrother.com. You can catch all of this at podbrothernation.com. And thank you very much for hanging out with me today. My sports podcast is thepenaltygame.com. And for those of you who want to see and follow any and everything that we're doing on any of these platforms, bookmark podbrothernation.com. And then there's tons of links and posts and videos and all kinds of places where you can go and see what we're about. So thank you very much. And on behalf of the Kimbrew podcast here at the 818, thank you very much for giving me your time. And we will see you guys next week. We'll see you around the corner. We'll see you when we see you. Thanks a lot, guys.